Hello guys, I restart this study live stream because I got some internet problem by last one. This is 216th study live stream. That I opened like for these 3 to 4 months, and now let's finally get started. And I got some tea. Yeah. Okay, I decided first to review the notes which I took for the paper which Professor suggested to me, and then secondly, if I can finish like before 12 o'clock, then I can rewrite these notes for this paper about some statistic issue and statistic term and so on. So I think this rewrite notes like the second range task, but firstly, it's very important to review the basis paper which the professor suggested. Okay, let's do it. So in this sense, I do not need iPad mini and only the handwriting notebook. 然后这些就是我的平时日常，然后学习的时候必备的一些文具，然后把它们先拿出来，也许会用到，也许会用不到，就是暂时还不知道。然后这个是，诶，这个是粘胶，这个是改正带，然后这个是一个小剪刀，然后这个马克笔，这个是小的 printer 打印机，里面不用加墨水的，然后直接可以打印，效果有点差，但是黑白的，但是非常节省，节省墨，硬墨，所以就还好。OK，let's go。 Okay, guys. As usual, I will speak anything while I'm studying because sometimes I will think some questions or some interesting thoughts, and I will share you directly in study live stream. And right now, I just think about one interesting question, if you want to call it a question, but it is like a random thought. It seems like, okay, I know this problem is now very far away from my reality or from my current situation about some publications and so on. For example, some publishers and so on. Some author, they publish some books or some articles or some papers, and especially for some young researcher or young scholar, when they publish some papers or have some publications in very in any publisher, no matter it is very famous publisher like Harvard Economics Review or some normal review publisher and so on. No matter, but there is an interesting question that for example, like some new scholar, they just start their career for like 5 to 10 years, and so they don't have much publications, and it means that the site or citation that doesn't have much person to review or to link their papers, right, or link their publications somehow, and some problematic or some issue that they discovered very well, and the article was also be well written, but that's simply to say that not much person or not much readers of those kind of publications is a so in this sense, it seems like when you got, for example, like when you got into the level of PD, and instead of only bachelor or master, yeah, but absolutely that you should have first the bachelor and master, then you can have PD. But in USA or in some English speaking country, that they also do not need a master. But nevertheless, that is not important. But I mean, when they publish something and there are no much readers, but it seems like for them, once they written something, or once their writings be published, it seems like the whole world will know this, or it seems like whole world will give them a lot of attention to. Why? I wondered, because somehow if we think in this way, like when we speak in for example, like PD student, and their PhD student, there are not much PhD students around the world. Even if they calculated in only one country, and how many PhD students they does have, actually not so much as we should know. So in this sense, once they write something or they publish something at the surface round, it seems like not much people to read their publications. But actually, I mean, but actually their publications does have influence of the people of the area which they put a research focus on. So that's a question. That's a question. Why? Yeah, but I think it. But I think it is extra thoughts and extra questions that doesn't have much meaning to do with my current task, but I just random thinking that should be interesting because then you must start to constrain your thoughts and to do not think that much else than you should think, because if like single publication but at the surface front doesn't have much people to see it, but actually it does have influence on the issue which they focus on or they written on. So means that in their daily life, even they can circle their thoughts into different area, for example, like life area or research area or teaching area or what areas or relevant area, the many areas, right? But they still cannot avoid that their singles will be known by others. Even if we talk about the normal person or normal people, and they do not need to be some researchers, and our thoughts, even that the thoughts was private, like private in everyone's head, but more or less or somehow it will be also known sooner or later by others. So in this sense, I do think, especially for them, beyond master level, they should have some constraint in their thoughts, and they cannot think too freely of the thing which they want to think of. Yeah, that's a kind of random thoughts or random thinking of me. Okay, I will continue. I will close the window now because now it's a little bit cold, and I will turn on the high tone and 暖气 so that feel a little bit warm and warm. Okay. Moment. Okay, I feel better because I already turned on the high tone, so that is costly. Yeah. Okay. Okay, guys, I will take a little break because I got many questions about the notes which I wrote. Firstly, so I want to get a quick rest, quick break because firstly I found that which the paper professor gave to me talks about the issue about change the hourly wages. Actually, that was not so difficult as we think, but the problem is that is about a composition study. Or to say the decomposition study, because the decomposition and composition can be treated as the same, but there's some problems that when, for example, like we talk about in the sense of economics, then there is no need to talk about issue in a range of firm characteristics. Because if we talk about characteristics in person, that means that we talk in individual level. This means we can calculate it by per capita. But if we, for example, like to talk some issue in the firm level, means that this kind of institute, or to say the organizations, will be treated as a unit, and this unit can be large, can be small, so that is somehow the range or the area belong to the business administration, BVL, instead of 4VL. So in this sense, I don't think that is somehow very clear to make difference between the person and firm characteristics. Even it is also interesting when, for example, at the end of Bachelorarbeit, I can write about the difference between the characteristics between person and firm, because they have different scope and different to say range, and individual level or organizational level, it makes difference. But I still think that is a little bit unclear, unklar, und because, for example, like this paper or this Arbeit, this seminar Arbeit, this Arbeit, this special Arbeit, expose when it should be written in economics, then there is no need to talk about the firm characteristics. But I can still to talk to professor whether to cut this issue like firm characteristics or not. But for me, like personally, from my point of view, because I also studied BVL, business administration, so that I don't think it is very difficult for me to delete or to ignore this issue in firm characteristics and so on. So in this sense, but I am afraid of that when I talk about any characteristics in the firm level, will be non-professionally in writing in the thesis in eco area. So that's the problem, and I cannot think that very clearly. So I will let this problem be here, and then I found something still need a little bit time to think of. For example, when I reread these notes, I found like here at the page 3, I wrote monthly wages, because absolutely in the paper they mentioned monthly wages, monthly wage incomes or yearly wage incomes. That is not hard to understand. the wages which paid, for example, for you monthly or yearly, like monthly 20 somehow take 20 days that you get payment from your employee, and yearly that you calculate all the expense and your income after 1 year, like in semester. But no one will calculate it in semester except banks. So yeah. Okay, that's cool. But I wondered why I don't write this word correctly, because here monthly, that is very easy, a single easy word, monthly. But I don't write. I wrote monthly, and without ha and earnings. Yeah. So now when I think back, after those 3 months or 4 months experience, then I think about, when I rethink this whole whole readings, and I will think about monthly Monte Carlo simulation methods, or in the range in the class, or in the Veranstaltung, in the class of in the course, or in the course optimization analyze is at the end of the bachelor studies, when in that time, I guess in BBA time, that I encountered this theory is very interesting, because that was about some games. This doesn't mean game theory. That was another course, and this is 转盘游戏, like Monte Carlo method or simulation, like talk about the possibilities or random possibilities which you get the highest return of, or because this was based on Canada or based on Switzerland, I don't remember, but some high-income country. Then they introduced this method or simulation like Monte Carlo. I found it interesting. I think it is because the reason one, that I am good at MC, multiple choice examination. Then I mean, since I started to study in Germany, but I still need to take a lot of effort afterwards. Secondly, I think Montreal was a very beautiful city based in Canada. So so I think that is personal linkage why I think of this Monte Carlo simulation. Third reasons, there is no third reasons, but I think upon the experience from those past 3 months, then I will think, okay, mountain. Okay, my hometown was also a small city near a very famous mountain with 5 stars, and the city was away from this mountain like 11 kilometers. So so kind of mountain and Monte Carlo simulation, if they want to, or if they want to talk into the statistic meaning. Okay, this is an issue, and when I think back, I feel a little bit scared, because why I left this single mistake here without H2 writing to the single word monthly, I wrote wrong, like monthly. Okay, and besides, another issue or another question when I read back this notes or reading this notes. I found like in this paper they define earnings as E and hourly wages as HW. And I think in the paper they have some equations about H multiply W and is equal to E or whatsoever, or I don't remember. But if we don't talk about the mathematical calculation within some formula, within some equation involved into this paper, then we talk about, okay, hourly wage, if we only look at the first character in these two single words and we take the H and W, but it can be equaled as earnings or earning way, write it simplified as E. So it means that earnings equal to hourly wages. Okay. Earnings can also be equaled as monthly wage and yearly wage, but here it is like a bomb that when I think about or think back, the H and W reminded me think of a phone company who based in China, and I don't want to mention the name of this company in my study live stream because I want to keep the objective view in this study live stream. So I will not talk about any issue in subjective value. So I try to be more objectively to talk any things if we need to take some examples from the real company or the real existence in our reality. So because the study is still based on some simulations and it is not real, okay? So here is E equal to HW, and so that in this case, I was scared because the coming study period was about E, and if E really equal to HW, that is my nightmare. So so I am a little bit worried about it, but I will prepare it. So I hope that I can somehow suffer through it. Okay. Yeah. Then I just stop here. I got this kind of questions while I'm reading, and so I need a little bit break. Now is the time. You guys cannot see because that, yeah, okay, a little bit difficult. Is 23 o'clock 12. Nearly one after left to 12 o'clock and the study time, the sleep time, and so I will just take a little break and think a little bit about this small problems which during the rereading of this notes, and I hope you guys, I hope more people can see my live stream in near future or in the future, and will get more motivated. And today I try to keep it short, and so I will in this sense close the study live stream, and see you guys. Have a good night. Hope you study well, and yeah, have a good night. See you guys. Bye.